I'm Ryan,
I'm Julie.
and this is the stories we leave you.
What are we talking about today?
You know what I was thinking about?
What?
How people have babies to try and fix their relationships or marriages, and how that's the dumbest thing
Mm-hmm.
I have ever thought about. Because,
Is that what we're talking about today?
sure. And I feel like if you had kids and your relationships were struggling and they got better, I feel like you are the exception to that rule. Because I was just thinking, if you do not go in to having kids with a pretty solid fucking base to your relationship, there's no way it can last.
I agree. The majority of the time, having a kid is only going to make it worse because it is a challenge.
I don't even think there's a good combination of words to use because it's so hard. And like, I don't think you can go through something with someone else that can compare, because like having kids is fantastic and great and wonderful and sunshine and rainbows. And then the other side of it, it's like there are just so many terrible things about it, and it pushes you to the brink of self-destruction that nobody wants to talk about.
Blair and I were talking the other day. We were discussing kids' sleep patterns, and they've been struggling with their little one napping and waking up at ungodly hours, even though he is 3. And
I would have already been on all the pills.
yeah, and she was having a really rough day with him. He wasn't sleeping. He didn't want to go down for a nap, like at her wit's end. And then they ended up at one point, like snuggling in bed. And she was like, and then this happens. And like,
Yeah.
and that's totally exactly what parenting is. It's like that movie where he's like, it's hard, it's hard, it's hard. And then you have a moment where it's beautiful and that like overshadows everything else.
I don't know how many times I've brought that movie up. Whoever wrote that movie was a freaking genius at that exact point. The rest of the movie, whatever. What is it called? The Backup Plan with Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, it is that. Yeah.
Yeah. But like, people don't want to express the hard stuff. It's like, it's not a direct attack on the kids, but then again it is. Because it's like, you're ruining my sleep patterns. You're too noisy.
Yeah.
You're screwing up my routine and my life rhythms.
Well, it's like the same things that annoy the shit out of me are also in some weird way the things that I love about them.
Mm-hmm. If I'm
Like,
talking to someone else about them, I end up talking about the things that annoy me most because I love their little quirks.
yeah, like today, Grayson has been home with me by himself. The other kids are all in some kind of camp or daycare. So it's just the two of us. He's been coming out and like we've been watching the World Cup together. And his neurodivergent self cannot stop talking
Or making noises.
and keeps repeating the same things to me. Mom, do you love me? If you love me, tell me in Spanish. Do you love me? If you love me, tell me in this language. Like over and over. Or it's like,
Do I look like this person?
exactly. It's like he repeats those same phrases over and over and over again. And in my head, I was like, isn't there something else you can do right now? Like go play a video game or go in your room and scroll your phone. But then I'm like, okay, I'm not going to say that because he wants to be in here with me. I like him being in here with me. It's just me reacting to what he's doing at this moment. And I have to like stop myself because I'm like, I don't want to make him feel like I don't want him in here either. So it's like that constant like mental struggle.
Well, whenever he's downstairs doing whatever and I'll turn on the Xbox or something, he gets up and he always leaves. And it makes me sad because I'm like, where are you going? Like, just sit here and be with me. I'm like, oh, roles have reversed. And it makes me sad when he gets up. And I was like, where are you going? He's like, upstairs. And then like a part of me thinks maybe they won't get to that age. I don't know. They're just so damn clingy right now.
Mm-hmm.
But like, they're gonna get to an age, for however long it lasts, where they're not gonna want anything to do with us.
Yeah. Well, at some point, their friends will probably become priority over us.
Yeah,
They'll want to spend time with them.
maybe. I don't know. The kids these days
Yeah.
don't hang out like They used to.
Very strange.
I needed to be around my friends all the time.
Mhm. Same, at this age, this is when my friends and I would stay at each other's houses for, like, an entire week.
Mhm. Oh, yeah.
But also, I'm not gonna let them do that
No.
because I don't trust
We
anybody.
want you to have friends and go out, but we don't.
No, mama's watched too much true crime. You're not going anywhere. I don't trust anybody.
Mm-mm. Okay, so question, thinking back before kids, what are the biggest differences in what you thought having kids was gonna be like versus what having kids is like?
Let me tell you, I thought first of all, I thought I was gonna be, the best mom.
You are the best mom, though.
Okay, but it's a much different picture than
So paint it.
so before kids, I was like, "My kids, they're not gonna have sugar for at least the first year, maybe more. We're not gonna have screens on." That went out the window quick. What else? I was just gonna do all these, like, all the best parenting practices I could find, and I was gonna do especially being a teacher, I was gonna do all these activities with them. They were gonna learn so much.
Blech.
Yeah, I was gonna do all the things. Ideally, I was gonna be, like, a stay-at-home mom that just was at home with them, always doing activities. We'd go all kinds of places and
That's
yeah,
exhausting.
exactly, which is why I'm not that mom because then the kids actually came along and I was like, "Can everyone just be quiet?" They don't tell you how overstimulating being a parent is. And maybe it's not like this for everybody,
Oh, it is.
but
It's gotta be.
even when it was just the twins, the 2 of them, it was just noisy. They were always wrestling or arguing, or even when they're having fun, it's still noisy.
Mhm.
And I don't know, it's just so much. I'm so tired. Like,
I haven't slept in
specifically.
87
And you know what?
years.
I have to say, we have been so lucky that we actually have kids that are really good sleepers. We actually have really good sleepers. I have had a lot of friends who that is one of their biggest struggles is their kids not sleeping.
Mhm.
I will say a lot of those people do not let their kids sleep in their bed.
Co-sleep people, it helps.
So for me, I am not bothered by a kid being in my bed rolling around. Have I taken some elbows in the face? Absolutely. Have I had knees in the back? Yes. For the most part, it doesn't bother me. I'm out. I can sleep with the kid in the bed. I would rather have the kid in the bed than have to, like, I'm too lazy to walk them back to their room. There's no way I'm walking my kid back to their room in the middle of the night. Mm-mm. Once I'm in bed, I don't want to get out.
See, and I take a different approach. I like knowing well, I've always been I like my space,
Mhm.
but I've always enjoyed sleeping with somebody else. So, when it came to co-sleeping, it kind of changed a little bit. It wasn't just like, because you and I had been sleeping in the same bed, obviously,
Mhm.
but with the kids, I feel better knowing that they're safe with us, and I would much rather have them either in the bed or in the room.
Yeah. I like
Like
being able just to, like, look over or reach over and touch them and know that they're
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, I wonder what the kids are doing in their room right now. Like, what if, especially when they're, like, sick or something,
Mhm,
what if something's wrong? What if they're dead right now? And
mhm,
I won't know until morning because 'cause I'm
mhm.
sleeping.
I mean, I like my sleep, but I also function better on broken sleep than you do.
Yes, you do.
But I know people who will not sacrifice their space and their sleep for their kids, which doesn't make them a terrible person.
No, I think everyone just has to do what works best for them.
Mhm,
For me, like I said, I don't like to get up. I don't like my sleep to be interrupted. So for me, it was, I'm just gonna let you get in my bed and
mhm. Like,
we'll go from there.
this little phase that Liv's going through and regressing and sleeping in baby's bed, in the bunk
Mhm.
bed with Finn, I don't mind it. It's not
Just to paint a little picture, we have a large L-shaped bedroom that actually was an in-law quarters, but we took out the kitchen, and that is Finn and Violet's room. They have bunk beds, and we have our bed. That room has been so many different things. Yeah, all of the kids have slept in that room
Mhm.
with us. We used to have 2 king beds. We've had the bunk beds. We've had toddler beds, cribs. We've had everything in there.
Mhm.
But right now, it's the bunk beds and our bed, and Gray and Liv have their own separate rooms.
So the bunk beds are supposed to be for Finn up top and baby down below.
Since we got back from the DC trip, she has been sleeping on the bottom bunk.
Mhm.
But in all fairness, she had some anxiety and felt sick to her stomach and thought she was going to be sick while we were there, and has struggled with it a couple of times since we got back. So that's a big part of it, is her anxiety around being sick, and she wants to be near me if that happens.
Well, I also think she has separation anxiety from you.
Maybe.
On top, no, yes. You can't
Maybe.
see it because you're in it.
Whatever.
I'm on the outside, and I'm like, wow.
That's another thing that I never thought about parenting, is our kids having
To touch you all the time?
things. No, I mean, I know kids touch you all the time. I mean, how overtouched I get
Mhm.
is not something I pictured. But no, I didn't realize how difficult it is to help your children when they are struggling with things, because both of our older kids have dealt with anxiety. Well, even Finley this year, when kindergarten started, dealt with some
Mhm.
anxiety about school. And
This is the shit people don't teach you. And
yes,
everybody has an opinion, and everybody has conflicting ideas. You'll see all the reels on social media of gentle parenting versus, not so gentle parenting.
yeah,
And, oh, you need to be doing this if your kids are doing this. Or if your kids are doing this, then you're doing something wrong.
yeah. It's like we went from like our parents and grandparents not having information
To an
unless it
abundance
was
of it.
like the doctor or their neighbors
Mhm.
or like, whoever lived close by, to us having like way too much information.
Like, I wonder if our parents' generation felt as much like failures as our generation does,
Yeah.
because the majority of millennials, I feel like we collectively feel like we're doing everything wrong. And
Yeah.
I feel like our parents have the ability to be like, well, we did the best we could. We didn't have the Googles and social media and all that jazz, and now it's like we get hit from it left and right and
Yeah.
forwards and backwards and up and down. And
That is something I really struggled with when I first became a parent, because because I had this vision of what I was going to be like and how I
Mhm.
was going to do everything perfectly. It was going to be all wonderful. And when I became a parent, one, I realized for my mental health, I wasn't going to be able to do all those things because I was tired, because I needed a break, I needed some space, all of those things. But then with social media, I was comparing myself to other people.
Mhm.
You have the moms who are, well, now there's like the whole trad wife thing, but even besides that, it's
The what wife?
trad wife,
Traditional?
traditional
Oh.
wife. They stay home and cook for their husbands and clean their house and whatever. Anyway, you have those moms who are influencers, who are stay-at-home moms and do all these things, and this whole wide variety of people with their, like, perfect houses and
And their bento lunches for their
yes,
children.
and they're doing
Fuck that
everything so
shit.
perfectly. Listen to all my mom hacks,
But, like,
and
do you think they're truly happy? Or is it just for show? Like that.
I think a lot of it is for show. I think they like to create a perfect looking world, and I think that it is different on the inside of their world
Yeah,
than
like,
what we're
it's like a
seeing.
false reality.
Yes. But for a new mom, especially a new mom with 2 babies,
Mhm.
it was so hard seeing what other people were doing and then feeling like I was doing something wrong. And it's not just those moms, it's not just those parents, it's anybody. So, for example, someone that I went to high school with, she would post a lot of things about things she was doing with her kids, things she was teaching her kids. And these were like very basic. Like she had like a 2-year-old cooking eggs or something. And I remember I was like, "Oh my gosh, like I'm not teaching my kids to cook an egg. Like, am I failing as a mother? Like, is this something I should be teaching them?" And she didn't mean it that way. She was just sharing what she's doing, something she was proud of, whatever. She was proud of her kid. But I took it as, "Oh my gosh, I'm doing something wrong because I'm not doing that." And I actually had to unfollow a bunch of people
Uh-huh.
on Facebook, on Instagram, and I kind of like went into a little hole away from social media for a while because I was feeling so insecure as a parent.
Mm.
I have come out on the other side of that and now I'm like, I don't fucking care. I'm doing what works for my family. They're
Um,
loved, they're fed.
with 4 kids, I don't think you have time for anything else.
No. But I also am very picky about who I follow on
Mhm.
social media. If they only present a perfect life, they're not my people.
Bye.
I'm not I wanna see the sink full of dishes. I wanna see the
Mhm.
toys all over the floor, the laundry not folded. Like, I wanna see that stuff. I wanna see real life
Yeah.
and my people, the people who make me feel like, "Okay, maybe I'm not so abnormal."
Well, I find it interesting to answer my own question is before having kids, I thought I was gonna be calm, cool, collected, fun parent.
We talked several times about how I was
You
going
were
to
gonna
be
be
the
the one to
one.
yell
Yeah.
and be
I
strict.
I was gonna be the rule enforcer, everything, and we are total flip-flops.
It's annoying. Like, I feel like I'm mean, scary dad.
Yeah,
Sometimes I feel like it's like, "Don't do that, you're gonna piss dad off." And
yeah.
I absolutely did not expect that from me because with other people's kids, I'm calm, cool, and collected.
I don't think anybody says you're gonna piss dad off. I think it's more like you're gonna stress dad out,
Yeah,
and he's
yeah,
gonna yell.
yeah, and that's annoying because I would have never in a million years, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, been like, "You're gonna be that person."
Yeah,
I've been like, no."
yeah. I definitely thought I was gonna be the more strict one,
Mhm.
and I'm very like, meh, whatever, I don't care.
I know, it's annoying.
You're not breaking anything, you're not hurting anybody. It's fine.
And yeah, there are
And you're
days
like,
when
"Oh
I'm
my
like,
god, did you just bring slime or sand in this house? Get
"That's
out."
just dumb."
Yeah, we
And you know what's
love
worse than slime? Slime with fucking glitter in it.
if it buys me an hour of
Nothing.
quiet time and then I have to clean up after, I'm okay with
Quiet or
it.
not, I'm secretly stewing inside wanting to peel my eyeballs out of my head. Nope.
Okay, so paint me your picture. Besides that, what did you see the parent life looking like?
I feel like it's easier to say what I didn't picture it. I don't necessarily know if I expected anything on the parenting side because I was so out of my element. I'm just like, "Oh, babies." Like I don't know if I had held a newborn baby. Maybe once, twice, but I remember saying to you when you were pregnant before Liv and Gray were born, I was like, "It's going to be so crazy to have these little babies in this bed with us." And that was like I didn't picture these whole scenarios like, "Oh, we're gonna travel, we're gonna go do this and that, and we're gonna be this kind of family." It was like little moments and little situations. Like you and I were laying in bed, and I'm like, "There's gonna be 2 more people in here." And that was like exciting, but also like, "Oh, I have no idea how this is gonna go." But I'm almost like for anybody who has twins, I would encourage you to have them first
As if people have a choice.
versus have a singleton and then have twins or just have twins after having singles because it was so overwhelming and happened all at once and you just don't have time to dwell on things.
When you don't know any different.
You don't know any different. I had no idea what to expect. Looking back, it was like, "Holy crap, how did we survive that?" But, like, going through it, you just you just do. And then having Finn, I thought it was going to be easier, and it definitely wasn't, because every stage of life was brand new. And all of a sudden it was like, all right, how do we keep these humans alive? All my priorities shifted to them.
Mhm.
And just with you talking before, like, oh, am I doing this right? Am I not teaching them enough? I never thought that about myself. Oh, could I be learning something new?
Did you think it about me?
Could I be
Is Julie doing enough?
No, no, I'm just saying, like, we don't invest in ourselves like that. And then
Mhm.
all of a
Yeah.
sudden you have these new teeny tiny little strangers living in your house, and you're investing so much time and energy to making sure you're doing things right, quote unquote.
Mhm.
I thought parenting was gonna be more fun, if I'm being completely honest. There are fun moments, but if someone were to come up to me and say, "Hey, I'm gonna be a parent. Explain it." In one word, I would probably explain it as complicated
Yeah. Well, I feel like
and
the first
hard.
it's kind of like how your brain naturally focuses on, like, the negative.
Mhm.
I feel like it's kind of like that. The first words that come to mind are like hard, tiring, exhausting, overwhelming. But then, like, you were talking about those little moments
I mean, yeah,
that you were
it's
looking forward to. Some of my like, it made me think of some of my favorite moments with the kids have been, like, mornings in bed. That's one of my favorite when, like, the whole family's in the bed and we're just, like, everyone's, freshly awake and snuggly and we're giggling and playing, and those are some of my favorites, and being on vacation and having those moments. Like, for some reason, when you're by the beach, it's just that much better, like, those little moments.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird how the psychological balance works, where it's like, yeah, it's like 80% frustrating and terrible and hard, and it's like, "Well, why did we do this?"
Yeah.
But then it's not even fair to say it's an 80/20, because it's like a little scale of 80%, and then those 20% are so much bigger,
Yeah.
and it completely overcompensates, and it's like the moments that stick out in my mind are like those adult core memories that you make, like the first time the kids all got out of the car and ran up to me for the first time. It's just like, holy shit, this is magical. Like, Vi is all about gray right now, and it's just like you sit back and you just like watch things, and it's like, that's my pain.
Well, and it's like those moments when you see the kids, like, doing something, like those little things that you're proud of. Like,
Mhm.
how Grayson has been, like, playing with her lately, and she'll be giggling, or, like, Finley will do that. He was doing something silly in the car the other day, and she was laughing so hard.
Mhm.
I'll watch Liv, her gaining confidence with now that she's taking, like, voice lessons, and it's just those little things that you see along the way. You and I have talked about this before, where I've had those moments where if I knew how freaking hard it was, it's like maybe I wouldn't have chosen this life, but then at the same time, there's no fucking way I would give up this life. It's like, it is that freaking hard because, yeah, it's tired, it's exhausting, but there's also, like, you're constantly wanting to make sure your kids are okay, wondering if you're doing it right, questioning yourself. But at the same time, like I said, there's no way in hell I would change anything about it.
It's like when we get breaks from the kids, when we're away from them for days, like when we go camping and
Yeah,
stuff, I miss them like a lot. And it only takes an hour of quietness to like reset.
yeah. But it's like, how do you really explain that?
I don't know.
It's like it's so freaking hard, but, like, also somehow all the small moments of joy and proudness and all of those things completely overshadow everything else and makes it all totally worth it. It doesn't make any fucking sense. And that's parenting over and over again.
This last camping trip last weekend, oh my God. It's one of those things where I look back, I'm like, holy shit, I need to like up my meds or something, because I was so stressed out. Yeah, it's just the hotness and the packing up, and it was only for 2 days, but like it ended up being such a fun, crazy
Mhm.
weekend even with everything that happened, like the random Midwest hurricane and losing fucking power at the campground and no air conditioning and like all this stuff, but like we were with our friends and we went out on the boat and it was just like, okay, yeah, the whole weekend as a whole, the majority of it was hot, someone unpleasant. Why did we fucking do this? Like there were moments when I said out loud, I was like, whose idea was it to come camping on July 4th weekend? By the way, it was mine. But when I booked it, I knew that we would talk ourselves out of it, but like you have to just force yourself to do stuff even though you're tired and you're cranky and you just want to be by yourself. But those times end up being the most memorable and the most fun.
Yeah. Anyway, let's wrap it up.
Okay. Parenting. It's great. It's hard.
This is the real honest truth of parenting. Guess what? We've been really freaking busy. We went camping all weekend. We didn't have time to record because also childcare. We didn't even get into childcare. Finding someone to
That's what
watch
I'm
your
saying.
kids.
We do like
So here we are the night before the podcast episode is supposed to go out, recording
we're scrambling.
while the noisiest child is asleep. The big two are entertaining themselves, and thank goodness the 3-year-old is entertaining herself right now. But she already interrupted us about 500 times.
Mm-hmm.
And so this episode's probably twice as long. By the time I edit it, it's going to be like 15 minutes. But that's what this is. This is parenting.
Okay, we're going to...
No, you shut up. It's 9:30 p.m. on a Tuesday night.
Past my bedtime.
Our bedtime is at like 8.
I was ready to go to sleep at 7.
8 o'clock. I should be in bed reading right now.
Mhm.
But instead, we're recording a podcast episode. And is it a little rough and crazy? Yes. But so is parenting. Please follow us so that when I stay up late to edit these episodes, you get them, know when they're available.
Give us a thumbs up.
Share it with your friends who also are a mess.
And if you enjoy this style more, let us know, because I don't even know. I don't even know what was said.
Anyway, I wish you the best.
Good luck.
I hope you're doing better than we are right this second.
High five.
All right.
Okay, bye.